Okay, so I hadn't really heard about the bar raid in Atlanta until Ted brought up in his video. I just kind of think it's really disgusting that that thing can still happen in America. There were multiple allegations of homophobic abuse, well, verbally at least. The 62 customers that were in the bar were forced face down onto a filthy floor, all of them. All their belongings were taken from them. Driver's license, their mobile phones. Also, there was allegations of them shouting for military men to be identified, and they were threatening to sort of expose them to the military. And out of everything I read, I found that really disgusting, because these people are fighting for your country and the police are allowed to do that. Now, it's easy to sort of sit here and judge and say, oh, the police were completely wrong, but it's easy to have outrage because it's like anti-gay, but in all truth we don't know what really happened. But if it did happen the way many of the articles online are saying, I think it's disgusting, and I think there should be a full and impartial investigation by a body outside the police. And I think if these men are found to be guilty in prejudicial treatment to the gay community, they should be disgraced and sacked. And also, things like this highlight that there needs to be a sort of increased sort of relationship with the gay community and the police. I mean, in Edinburgh, I think the police here are quite liberal, because you see the police marching on Gay Pride, and they have a good relationship with the gay bars. But I'm not sure what it's like in America. Obviously it's going to be different from state to state and city to city, but it's important to foster sort of a good relationship between the two. I'm really shocked about things like that. It just shows you how much you take for granted. And going back to what Ted was saying, he was asking, have we brought this upon ourselves? Have we been, resting on our laurels? I think there are a lot of gay people who are really ignorant about the past. I get really annoyed about people who didn't really know the history of the sort of gay liberation movement, because we do have a lot of freedoms that they didn't have, back in the Stonewall day, well, pre-Stonewall days. And people could just be lifted willy-nilly out of the bars. And I always say this to my friends, that all it takes is one hyper-conservative government to start shutting down the gay bars, to start eroding away at gay rights. You have to be really vigilant, and you have to maintain visibility, and you have to, keep fighting for your rights. I mean, I'm not one of these uber sort of political gays that go out on protest marches and things, because I'm not sure protest actually does that much. But at the end of the day, I'd be more for rioting than I would be for protesting. Yeah, but I think my sort of question, you don't have to answer it because the videos were really long last time, was what do you think of the whole don't ask, don't tell policy? Because in Britain you can be pretty much out in the military, and you can't be fired because of your sexuality. However, people do receive prejudicial treatment. But in America, if they find out you're queer, you're chucked out of the military, you're disgraced no matter how much hard work you've done, no matter where you've been, if you've been to Iraq or Afghanistan, took a bullet, lost a leg, it doesn't matter. You're kicked out, disgraced, no sort of pension. And I think that's disgusting. To be honest, if that was me and I was in the military, I'd be ashamed of my country for allowing the military to do that.